Okay, hi everyone, or people that will be watching this. This is my yoga class. My name is Carla. I teach every Thursday, or I guess I live stream every Thursday. Today, sorry, I pull this out. Keeps coming back. Okay. Today we will be doing a Vinyasa flow with a focus on back and hip flexibility, because when you're sitting a lot, I know, at least me, I don't stay just like normally seated with good posture. Like sometimes I'll put my leg up or I'll lean to the side, and that actually really damages your sacrum. And if you do that for long enough, which I definitely do, you can actually take your sacrum out of place. Same with sitting with bad posture. So we're going to be doing some back strengthening exercises as well as hip stretches and back stretches to improve back flexibility. So let's get started. So start off with both hands on your thighs and in a comfortable seat. Once you're settled in, take a deep breath in and feel your whole body just push up forward. So bring up those shoulders to your ears, just like bring everything up, push those ribs up, everything. And then exhale and push everything down. Feel those sit bones sink into the mat. Bring those ribs down and in, and bring those shoulders down and back. All right, now that we're in a good seat, I invite you to close your eyes. And take a moment to center yourself. Remind yourself that you are here in the now, and that you are here for your practice. And at this moment, I invite you to set an intention for your practice, whatever that may be. It can be anything. And then take a few moments and check in with your body. Kind of sink back into it. Just remember where you are. Feel the mat beneath you, supporting you, holding you up. Feel yourself connecting to the mat. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. So first things first, we're going to do some body and breath connections. So as you inhale, you want to bring your arms up high, push those shoulders back and arch that back, and really feel that rib cage expand. At the top of your inhale, this is when your hands should go up as high as they're going to go. And then as you exhale, start bringing them down. And kind of roll back on your sit bones, bring those shoulders forward, and bring the hands in and bow the head. And then as you inhale, bring them up. Imagine that you're following your breath. You're making a movement out of it. And then do this once more. And then come back to a comfortable seat. And grab your left arm, reach it out in front of you as far as it goes. Feel as if you're reaching forward. Then grab that right arm, grab about your tricep, and then pull your left arm in. And feel a good stretch in your arm. And then release. And then switch arms, so stretch out that right arm as far as it goes. And then grab that left arm and pull your arm in, or pull your right arm in. And release that arm. And stretch out both your arms to your sides as far as they go, as far as you can go. And then you're going to start bringing them behind you. And then you're going to bend your elbows so that your hands are pointing down and your palms are facing the back wall. And then you're going to cross your arms behind you. Like this. So you're going to cross your arms behind you, and you want the opposite arm to grab the opposite elbow. If you can't do this, that's fine. Just grab like your wrists, your forearms, whatever. You just want to cross your arms behind you. Once you've gotten into this position, feel those shoulders roll back and take a deep breath in, pushing out that chest. And then take a deep exhale. And just hold this for a few breaths. This position I really love after sitting at a desk for a really long time, because it kind of just does the opposite of what you've been doing all day. When you sit and you type at a computer, your shoulders tend to push forward and you tend to sit like this. So this position actually completely switches that and gives your shoulders a break. And then just like try twisting your body a little bit, see how that feels. And then on your next exhale, release the arms and shake them out. And then stretch out both legs in front of you. And you want, I guess you can't see my feet, but you want your toes to be pointing up towards the ceiling. Place your hands on your hip flexors and at the very top of your thighs, and just shake out those legs. So you want them to kind of just be bouncing off the mat, off the floor, but just shake them out. And then you're going to take both of your hands and you're going to make them fists. And you're going to lightly tap along your legs. So you want to start at the top of your thigh and then just lightly tap all the way down. So you can do this on any part of your legs. I like to do it everywhere. So you can do the tops of the thighs and the shins, the sides, the insides, anything. This kind of just tells your legs that it's time to wake up and it's time to move. Get that circulation going. Just do this a couple more times. And then whenever you're ready, you can stop and come back to a comfortable seat. And now you're going to place both of your hands behind you. So you want them to be touching your sit bones, if that's comfortable. If not, you can leave some space. But you want to place both hands behind you, and you want your fingertips to be facing the back wall. So once your hands are flat against the floor, you want to straighten your elbows, take a deep inhale, and puff that chest out and push those shoulders back. You want to really feel your shoulder blades going in and really squeeze them together. And as you inhale, lift up the chin and just feel a deep stretch here in staff pose. To get the most out of this stretch, you want to make sure that your toes are flexed and pushing up towards the ceiling. Take about 2 more deep breaths in this pose. With each inhale, pushing those shoulders back and that chest out. Then on your next exhale, you can return the hands back to normal and place them on your thighs. And then bring your feet back into into a butterfly pose. So you want both of your feet to be touching and your knees to be out. And this pose right now should be comfortable. This shouldn't be a deep stretch. You shouldn't be uncomfortable or having a hard time sitting. So find a position in this pose that is comfortable for you. And you want to grab your ankles. And as you inhale, you want to roll your shoulders back, puff out that chest, and arch the spine. You really want the middle of that spine to come out and forward towards the front wall. So take a deep inhale, push out the chest, and lift the chin. And then as you exhale, you're going to roll the shoulders forward and push that middle of the spine towards the back wall and roll back on your sit bones. So your pelvis is going forwards like this. And then bow the head. And then inhale, roll those shoulders back. Roll forward onto your sit bones. And look up. And then as you exhale, roll back. Tilt the chin, or bow the head. And then inhale, roll those shoulders back. And then exhale, roll them forward and bow the head. And then on your next inhale, come back to a comfortable seat. And flap your butterfly a little bit. Just kind of wake up those hips, those hip flexors, everything. And hi, we're gonna move now. And then place both hands in front of you, and you wanna make your hands a little tense. So you only want the pads on the bottom of your fingertips to be touching the floor or the mat. And take a deep inhale here, and feel the spine lengthen. Feel as if there's a string on the middle of your head, and it's pulling you up. And as you exhale, slowly walk forward. Go until you feel a light to moderate stretch in the hips, and then bow the head. With each exhale, you want to just try and go a little bit deeper. Obviously, this pose should not be painful and should just feel like a light to moderate stretch. And then take one more breath in this pose, and then start to walk your way back up. And then meet me in table pose. Here you're going to place both hands flat on the mat, directly below the shoulders. And you want the knees to also be right below the hips. And you want your back to be flat, literally like a table. You want your weight to be evenly distributed across every single point in your body. And as you inhale, you want to take that middle of the spine and push it down. And you want those hip bones right here to push forward. Roll them forward as if they're coming to meet your thigh. And then lift the head up. And then as you exhale, you're going to take those hip bones and you're going to bring them back as if they're trying to touch the back wall. And you're going to take that middle of the spine and you're going to push it up as high as you can. Here you really want to feel your shoulder blades spreading out. And then bow the head. And then as you inhale, reverse. Really push up off of those hands and bring the head up. Make sure to be tilting those hip bones forward. And then exhale. Push the middle of the spine up And really just feel as if you're trying to get the middle of your back just up as high as you can. And then inhale, push the middle of the spine down. Tilt those hip bones forward. Exhale, tilt those hip bones back. And then on your next inhale, just come to center. And you really want to keep in mind that movement as we exhale. And right here is kind of in the middle and up right above those sit bones. This is your sacrum. So when we exhale, our sacrum really pushes forward. It tilts forward. And you want to remember that position because in our next poses of back flexibility, that's how you want to keep your sacrum so that your back stays engaged and you get the most out of it. So from here, come down onto your forearms. And then lay out, and then lay out the feet so that we're in a forearm plank. You want to make sure that that butt is down and that you're making a straight line with your body. And from here, as you inhale, come up on your toes and push forward. And then as you exhale, back on your toes. And then inhale, push forward. Exhale, push back. And we're going to repeat this about 5 more times. So inhale, push forward. Exhale, push back. Inhale, push forward. Exhale, push back. 3 more times. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. And then 1 more time. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. And then you can come back onto your knees. And I need to grab a hair tie. Sorry. So then from here, we're going to move down so that your stomach is completely flat on the mat. And you want to bring your hands right below those shoulders and lay the tops of the feet flat on the mat. And you want to start this position by your head pointing down. So your forehead should almost be touching the mat like this. And as you inhale, you're going to push up with only your arms. You don't want your back to be arching as well. You just want to create this movement solely out of the power of your arms. And you want to inhale. And you want to slowly try and tuck that sacrum in and forward. So you want those hip bones to be pushing back, and you're pushing your pelvis down into the mat. If going up this high is painful or it hurts your back, don't go this far. You can stay here, wherever is comfortable. This position should not be painful. It should just feel like a light stretch. And then as you exhale, bring those elbows, keeping those elbows in, come down. And we're going to repeat this about 5 times. So inhale, using only those arms, push yourself up, lean back. Exhale, come down. Inhale, bring those arms up, lean back. Exhale, bring those arms down. Inhale, push yourself up. Exhale, push yourself back down. Inhale, bring yourself up. Exhale, bring yourself down. And then 1 more time. Inhale, push yourself up. And exhale, bring yourself down. And from here, you're going to push yourself back up into table. And you're gonna flip the toes so that the bottom of the toes are touching the mat. And you're gonna take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, you're gonna push back, keeping that back flat, not arched or curved. You're gonna keep that back flat. And you're gonna push back onto those heels. And you should feel a light stretch in the toes here. And then inhale, come up. And as you inhale, you're gonna lightly bring those knees up about 1 inch. And hold as you exhale. You wanna hold for a whole breath. So exhale here and then take an inhale. And as you exhale, bring the knees down and push back. And then inhale, bring those knees up. Take a full breath. And as you exhale, bring those knees down and push back. And we're gonna do this 3 more times. So inhale, come up, bring those knees up, take a full breath. And as you exhale, bring those knees down and push back. And as you inhale, come forward, pick up those knees, make sure that the abs are really engaged here. And as you exhale, bring those knees down, push back, and we're gonna do this 1 more time. So as you inhale, come up, bring those knees up, take a full breath. And as you exhale, bring those knees down, push back, and come back into table and flip the toes. If you want, you can kind of push the feet up, keeping the tops of the toes touching the mat, and kind of lean back again to offset the stretch a little bit. But if this is painful, don't do it. Don't do anything in yoga ever that causes you pain, is my best advice. And then as you inhale, come back to table, flip those toes again. Make sure the abs are engaged. And this time, instead of picking the knees up 3 inches, we're gonna straighten the legs all the way and come back into downward dog. Okay. Here, you want to really feel your chest pushing down into the mat. You want all 5 points of contact all 6 points of contact on your hands to be gripping the mat. And you want to push back. You want those hip bones to be pushing up towards the sky and your heels to be pushing down to create the best stretch for your hamstring and calves. With each exhale, push a little bit further back. And when I say that, your entire top half of your body is making a straight line. You want to continue that line with your hip bones, and that's where you want them to be pulling. As you exhale, you really want to feel that stomach emptying and that diaphragm pulling in. And then on your next inhale, you're going to slowly lift that left leg and bring it high to the sky. And here, I'm going to bring my leg lower so you can see. You're going to make circles with your ankle. And then you want to make circles the other way. And as you exhale, you're going to bring your knee into your chest and push forward. And place that foot down. And as you exhale, bring that back knee down and flip the toes. We're just going to hold here. And take a breath. You really want your hips to be squared facing the front wall and pushing down. And again, we're going to experience that sacrum pushing down and in. You should really feel the hip flexor stretching here. For a deeper stretch, you can place both hands on top of the knee and really push forward and lean back. And then on your next inhale, bring both hands down, flip the back toes, and push that left foot back again. So you're back into a one-legged dog. Here you want to bend that left knee, push that left heel into your glutes, and slowly send it over to the right side. The key here is to keep your shoulders parallel with the mat. You don't want to be twisting. And then as you exhale, straighten that leg one more time and bring it back down. Now you slowly, as you inhale, you want to slowly walk your way up towards the top of the mat. In here, opposite hand grabs opposite elbow. And just let yourself hang. Let the head hang. Fully relax the neck and shoulder muscles. And just let the weight of your elbows push you down. For an extra neck stretch, shake the head no. Then nod it yes. And then on your next exhale, release the hands. Put a slight bend in the knee. And as you inhale, you want to come up. Oh, it cuts off my face. Here we go. Keeping those hands up, you want to take a really deep breath in. Push your whole body up, including the head, up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, keeping that sacrum tucked, like we did in the very beginning, you want to lean back. So this position is less about the front of your body and your shoulders leaning back, and it's more about your hips and your sacrum pushing forward. So lean back, make sure that sacrum's tucked. You can squeeze the glutes if that makes it easier. And then you can start to open up the front, the top half of your back. And then on your next inhale, come up. And as you exhale, release the arms and swan dive down. Then place both hands on your shins, straighten the elbows, lengthen that spine, and look up. And then exhale, bring the head and the hands down, place both hands on the mat, walk out into plank, and as you exhale, you have two choices here. You can do knees, then bring the chest down, then the chin, and push up, keeping those legs straight, or you can practice chaturanga. The choice is yours. And then take a deep exhale here in upward dog and feel that sacrum sink forward, or that pelvis sink forward. And then as you inhale, bend those knees, come into a light table, or a slight table. Flip those toes and straighten the knees, back into downward dog. Take a few breaths in your dog. You can walk it out a little bit if you want. So bend one knee and then straighten the other. And you want to really push down that opposite heel and get a good calf stretch. And then on your next inhale, come back to center and slowly lift up that right leg. In here, you're going to circle the ankle. I'll bring my leg down so you can see. And make circles the other way. And as you exhale, you're going to bring that foot, or oh my god, that knee into your chest and push forward. And then place that foot in between those hands and bring that back knee down. Flip the toes so the bottom of the toes are touching the mat. And as you inhale, come up into a low lunge. Again, if you want a deeper stretch, place both hands on the top of the knee, push forward and lean back. And remember to really push that sacrum down and in as you're leaning back. And hold here for a few breaths. You want to feel a deep stretch in that left hip flexor. And you want to also make sure that the knees don't go over the toes. And then on your next inhale, if you were leaning forward, come back to center. Place both hands on the mat. Flip the back toes. And as you inhale, push that right leg up and back. Now you want to take that right knee and bend it and push that foot into your glutes. And I'm way too close to the wall. Push your heel into your glutes and keeping your shoulders parallel with the mat, you want to send it over to the left side. And then as you exhale, bring that leg down and slowly walk your way up towards the top of the mat. Take a deep exhale here and feel your body come forward. And then as you inhale, bring those arms up, put a slight bend in the knee, and come up. And here you want to take a deep exhale and bring, my bad, you can't see me. Okay. And bring your hands down to your heart or to the center of your chest and close those eyes. And take a minute here, I know you can't see my toes, but you can imagine, and wiggle those toes. Just feel them come up, move them around a little bit. And then when you press them down firmly into the mat. And on your next inhale, you want to bring both arms out to your sides so they're parallel with the floor. And you want to slowly start shifting your weight onto that left foot. And then you want to come up onto those right toes. And you want to really squeeze the abs here. Feel them engage. And as you inhale, you want to bring up that knee, that right knee. And you want to grab it with your right hand. And as you inhale, push that knee up and then bring it out to your right side. And hold. If you want to stay here, that's perfectly fine. But if you want to head into tree, you can place your foot down by your ankle on the side of your calf, or you can bring it up into your groin. Anything except for your knee, because that can damage your knee. And keep those hands out to your sides. Roll them back so that your palms are facing the ceiling. And as you inhale, bring them up for tree pose. If you want to too, you can have your hands together over your head. But I like them out because I feel more like a tree. And hold here for a few breaths. Feel energy coming up through your foot, through the body, and out through the fingertips. Just feel it flowing through you. Feel energy coming out of this right hand. Feel it coming out of this left hand. And on your next exhale, you want to slowly bring that right foot down. And bring those arms down and shake them out a little bit. And then as you inhale, bring those arms back up, flip them. Actually, you don't have to flip them up right now. You can keep with the palms facing down. And as you inhale, you want to shift all your weight over to that right foot and come up onto your left toes. On your next inhale, you're going to lift up that left knee, bring it high, and you want to grab it with that left hand and bring it out to your left side. I think I've been saying the wrong side this whole time. I'm really sorry. But this is actually bringing it out to your left side. And you can stay here if you want, or you can come into your tree. Whatever position on your ankle or your groin. Whatever works best for you. And for the best balance, you want to push your foot into your leg and your leg into your foot. So my foot isn't just lightly resting here, they're actively pushing against each other. And that will really help your balance, and as well as engaging that core. And as you inhale, you want to bring up those hands, so you're making a Y. And we're just going to hold this for a few breaths. And as you inhale, I don't know why I said that. Sorry. You want to really feel, again, just like the other side, energy coming up from your mat, through your leg, up through your core, your chest, and out through those arms and those hands. And on your next exhale, you want to release that left foot and slowly bring it down, release the hands, and shake out those arms. And now on your next inhale, you're going to bring those arms high to the sky. And as you exhale, you're going to dive down. Place both hands on your shins, and as you inhale, straighten those elbows and look back. Straighten those elbows and look up. And on your next exhale, you're going to bring those hands and those feet and that head down. And then you're going to place both hands on the mat and walk out into a high plank. And from here, you can choose knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, whatever you choose. And remember that you want to keep those legs straight in upward dog. And really feel that sacrum push forward. And then on your next inhale, you want to come into table. And let me push this down for a second, sorry. There. You want to come into table. And from here, you want to spread out your knees. So both of your knees are touching the edges of the mat. Obviously, if this is uncomfortable, you can bring your knees more in, but this is just the width that I recommend. And take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, push back and walk those hands forward into child's pose. You want your forehead here to come down to the mat. And here we want to focus on a little bit of grounding. So you want to focus on every single part of your body that is making contact with the mat. You want to feel your hands and your fingertips touching the mat. Focus on the texture. What does your mat feel like? Then you want to focus on the legs, on the arms, how they feel pressed against the mat, holding the weight of your body. And take a moment to check in. Are you staying mindful? Are you staying grounded and focused on your practice? And close the eyes and take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, try and just clear the mind. Just leave it as a blank slate. Anything you need to think about, anything you need to worry about, will still be there when you leave the mat. And then whenever you're ready, or on your next inhale, you're gonna come up into table. And I'm gonna drink. And then on your next inhale, you're gonna flip those toes and straighten those knees and push back into downward dog again. And on your next inhale, you're slowly gonna lift up that left leg and bring that knee into your chest and push forward. When you've gone as far forward as you can go, place that left foot in between the hands. And here you want to make sure that your foot, both feet are strongly gripping the mat, and that the thighs and the glutes are engaged. And as you inhale, you're going to sweep those arms up and sink down. And I don't know why this is happening. And you're going to hold here for a few moments, engaging the legs, waking up the thighs and the glutes. If this is too hard, or if you're finding this position very difficult, you can just close the width in between your legs, and that should make it a little bit easier. So keep those arms up high, reaching behind you, reaching above you, my bad. And as you exhale, you're gonna rotate that back foot so it's perpendicular with the front and bring those arms down. And I'm gonna push my There we go. So you're gonna push back so that you're in warrior two. And once you're stable in this pose, which you want to make sure, you want to be strong here. You don't want to feel like you're about to fall. You want both feet to really be gripping the mat. You want the core to be strong, the hips to be pushing downwards, that knee to be pushing forwards, and those arms really pushing out. And on your next inhale, you want to push forward as far as you can go. Really reach for that wall. And as you exhale, bend that elbow and place that left forearm on the left thigh. And as you inhale, reach that right arm up so that your side body is making a straight line. The right side of your body is making a straight line. And you want to look up into the eye of your elbow, the inside of your elbow? Yeah. So you're feeling a deep stretch here in your side. And on your next inhale, you're going to bring both arms back up and come back to center. And then on your next inhale, you're going to reach back as far as you can go. And as you exhale, you're going to place that right hand on the back of the right thigh and bring that left arm up. If this is comfortable for your back, and if this is a moderate back bend for you, keep your arms straight up. If you want something a little bit more, so the further down your hand is, down your leg, the deeper your back bend is going to be. So if you don't want that deep of a back bend, you can keep your arm higher up on your thigh and your left hand just reaching straight up. If you do want a deep back bend and you think that that is right for your practice, slide that leg down and that left hand up and over. And look up at your thumb. And hold here, feeling a deep back bend. And then on your next inhale, you're going to bring those arms back up. You're going to come back to center. And you're going to straighten that left leg. And you're going to rotate it forward so that both feet are perpendicular. Both feet are parallel, I'm sorry. Keep those arms stretched out. And you're going to switch so that right foot is now pointing forward. And that left foot is going to rotate as well. So that both feet are facing, I guess this is now the front wall. You also want to make sure that your hips are squared and that your hip bones are pointing straight ahead. Then you want to bring both arms up, and as you exhale, bend that front knee and sink the hips directly down, not forward. And you want to hold here for a few breaths, really waking up the thighs, the glutes, and you want to make sure that your hips aren't tilted forward, so you're not like this. You want there to be a slight bend in your knee. You don't want it to be completely straight, just a slight bend. And again, you want to feel that sacrum tucking in and down. You obviously don't have to be like this, but just straight down. And then on your next exhale, you're going to rotate that back foot so it's perpendicular with your front and stretch out those arms. And on your next inhale, you want to reach forward as far as you can go and place that right forearm on that right thigh as you exhale. And then as you inhale, you want to sweep that left arm up above your head so your bicep is close to your ear. And your left side of your body is making a straight line. And then look up at the inside of your elbow. Or if this is uncomfortable for your neck, you can just look straight out to the side. And then on your next inhale, you want to come up, back to center. Take a breath here to center yourself. And then as you inhale, you're going to reach back as far as you can go and place that left hand on your left thigh. And again, for this back bend, same goes as on the other side. The further down your thigh you go, the deeper your back bend is going to be. And as you inhale, reach that arm up and over. And you can look up at your thumb, inside of your elbow, whatever you want. And on your next inhale, you're going to bring both arms back up and release your back bend. You're going to rotate that back foot again so that the heel is pointing straight up. You're going to keep this right knee bent, and you want to start shifting all of your weight onto this right knee. And as you inhale, well, make sure that those arms are up above your head. As you inhale, you're going to lift all your weight off of this left leg. You're going to bring it up, and you're going to bring it to meet your right foot. And you want to make sure that you're keeping both of those knees bent, like this. So you hop directly into chair. And here we're going to hold for about 3 breaths. Again, you want your spine to be flat. You don't want to be arching the back. You want a flat back. And this pose is a lot more, the most important part of this pose is keeping a straight line with your torso and your arms rather than how low you can go. But with that said, with each exhale, try and go a little bit deeper. This is not good. And then on your next inhale, straighten those knees and come up. Bring those arms up high to the sky. And as you exhale, sweep them down. Place both hands on the knees, on the shins, straighten the elbows and look up. And as you exhale, you're going to bring the hands and the head down. Place both hands on the mat and walk out into plank. As you exhale, you want to do knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, whatever works best for you. And then as you inhale, you're going to come into table. And this time we're going to stay in table instead of going into downward dog. So here we're going to start going into a deep back bend. So if you have issues with your spine or your back isn't very flexible or it hurts at any moment, don't try and go any deeper. Just do whatever feels good for you, and this should not hurt at all. It should just feel like a stretch. So first, you want your toes, the bottom of your toes to flip, so that the bottom of your toes are touching the mat. And then you want to come up onto your knees. And you want to place both hands, your palms, on your sacrum. And as you inhale, you want to push your sacrum forward and your spine back. If this is a deep back bend for you, and this feels good, then stay here. This is a back bend, this is good. If you want to go a little bit further, if that feels good for you, then you can reach back and reach your heels. If this hurts, bring your hand back to your sacrum and stay here and just tilt the head back. And there you go. You have your back bend. Make sure the entire time, though, your sacrum is tucked to help prevent any injuries to the spine, and that your core is strong and engaged. So if you want a little bit deeper of a back bend, reach both hands back and grab the heels. If this is too much, but hands on the sacrum is too little, you can find a block or something like I have this because I don't have blocks. And you can reach back and grab that instead. So this is your practice. Just do whatever works for you. And then you want to tilt the head back and just breathe here. Feel those shoulders really pushing back and push that chest out and forward. If your hands are on your sacrum, you want to feel your elbows pushing in close to each other and those shoulder blades really squeezing. And on your next inhale, you want to come up slowly. And here you want to make sure to keep your back flat, because curving it right after doing a deep back bend can cause injury and damage. So keeping that back flat, you want to come into a comfortable seat. And just breathe. Come to center. Let your spine kind of rebalance itself. Now you're going to stretch out that left leg. And you're going to bring your right knee up. You're going to pick it up and squeeze it into your chest. And you're going to grab that right ankle and you're going to put it on the outside of your left thigh. And you're going to reach out that left hand as forward as you can go. And as you exhale, you want to wrap that left forearm around that right leg. And here you want to make sure that your left foot is flexed. I know you can't see my foot. And now as you inhale, you want to really feel as if that spine is lengthening and stretching up. And you want to bring that right hand up out of the sky. And as you exhale, you're going to bring it behind you and you're going to rotate these shoulders back. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, you're going to come up. Obviously, I have a wall, so I can't do the whole thing. And you're going to place that hand directly behind the middle of your back. And you're going to twist. And then on your next inhale, you're going to rotate those shoulders forward. Release that right foot. And pick up that left knee. Hug it in, tight. And grab that left ankle and put it on the outside of your right thigh. Or knee, or shin. Anything. And you're going to grab that right hand and you're going to pull it as forward as you can. And as you exhale, you're going to take that right forearm and you're going to wrap it around that left leg. Here, you want to take a deep breath in, lengthen the spine up towards the sky. And as you exhale, you're going to rotate those shoulders over to the left side and look behind you. And place that left hand in the middle of your back on the mat. Yep. And make sure to keep that foot flexed. And then on your next inhale, you're going to slowly rotate forward. And release those legs. And now, you're going to slowly make your way back down onto the mat. And your knees are going to join you. And you're going to hug your knees in and rock side to side. Oh my God. And rock side to side. And you're going to bring that right foot down onto the mat, keeping that right knee bent. And you're going to grab that left ankle and you're going to place it on your right thigh, close to the knee. And as you inhale, keeping both feet flexed, you're going to slowly pick up that right leg, keeping the knee bent. From here, you're going to take both of your hands and you're going to wrap them around the back of that right thigh. And you're going to take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, you're going to slowly push that ankle in. Again, this is meant to be a moderate stretch. So if it's painful, if it's really hurting you, you're very uncomfortable, just bring that leg back a little bit more. Honestly, if keeping your foot flat on the mat is a deep enough stretch for you, that's fine. We're just here to stretch out those hips. So we're going to hold here for about 3 breaths. And on your next exhale, you're going to bring that knee down and place that left foot down on the mat, also keeping that knee bent. Now as you inhale, you're going to grab that right ankle and you're going to place it on the top of that left thigh, close to the knee. And as you inhale, you're slowly going to start picking up that left foot, keeping the knee bent, and you're going to wrap both hands going through the hole that your legs are making. You're going to grab your, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I don't know why words aren't working for me right now. You're going to reach out both of your hands straight and you're going to wrap them around the back of your thigh, keeping that left knee bent. You're going to take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, you're going to slowly start pushing that left knee closer to your body. And make sure, again, to keep that right foot flexed and engaged. And again, this should not be a painful stretch. It should be moderate, and you should feel it in your hips. And we're going to hold this for 3 deep breaths. With each exhale, try and sink a little bit deeper into the stretch. And now, on your next exhale, you're going to release that right leg or right ankle, and you're going to place both feet flat on the mat. And as you exhale, you're going to take that right leg, you're going to put it flat on the mat. You're going to take that left leg and put it flat on the mat. And I know, I usually do a guided meditation, but I've gone very much over time. So we're gonna do a 5-minute guided meditation. Obviously, if you're not interested, you don't have to watch the rest. But yeah. So keeping the legs and the back flat on the mat, close your eyes. And do anything you need to do to get comfortable. And here you're going to close your eyes. And start take a few deep breaths. So you're going to fill your entire body with air, and then pause, and then try and see if you can inhale even a tiny bit more. You're going to hold this for 1 second, so just count to 1. And then as you exhale, and then take a deep exhale. And you want to try to get every single ounce of air out of your body. So take a deep exhale. And then when you think you've exhaled as much as you can, pause and try to exhale a little bit more. And you're going to pause and hold for 1 second. So just count to 1. And then we're going to do this one more time. So inhale. Fill your entire body with air. Feel air come all the way down to your toes. There's so much of it in here. When you think you've taken as big of an inhale as you can, pause, and then take another inhale to see if there's any more air you can get in there. When you've done that, pause, and you want to hold for 1 second. And then start your exhale. When you think you've removed as much air as you can from your body, pause and exhale again. See if there's any old air that's stuck in there that we can get out, any old energy. And then hold for 1 second and come back to a normal breath. Just breathe normally here. And take a moment to reflect on the intention that you set for today and for today's class. Without any judgments, only reflection. When you're done with that, take a moment and focus on your breath. Feel the way it fills your body, fills your lungs. Imagine your breath as energy, like sun to a plant. And feel the way it flows through you. As you inhale, imagine the air, the energy swirling down your legs, through the feet, back up to the torso, through the arms, the hands, up the fingertips. And just breathe. Imagine your mind is like a sky, and your thoughts are the clouds. Just let them pass by. Don't engage with them. Don't judge them. Just observe and let them go. You can come back to them whenever you're ready. And then whenever you're ready, bend your knees and turn over onto your side. And place the head on the arm, or with the arm wrapped around the head, finding comfort in fetal position. And whenever you're ready, use your hand to push yourself up into a comfortable seat. And close your eyes and take a moment to thank yourself for taking this time out of your day for you and only you, for your practice, for your mind, body, and soul. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. And that's my class. I teach every Thursday at 4. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys next week.